You know what? Screw it, man. We're just gonna talk. These past few weeks have been pretty. I don't know. I've been sitting here thinking like, oh, what content could I make? And by the time you're seeing this, Starva released a video I saw, and I'm like, oh, I could react to that. But that just seems so low effort, so low brow. Sure, it would get a lot of views. Sure, I'd probably get 20, maybe 30 subs from it, but I don't care, man. I don't. Dead by Daylight, I haven't played that game in almost 2 weeks. That's not counting the custom games I did with subs. That was actually really fun. But in those 2 weeks, a lot has changed in my life. Probably yours too, to be completely honest. Most of it's not for the better. But I sit here. I talked about this on my most recent stream. I sit here and wonder what's going to happen just in general, right? What is awaiting all of us on the horizon? We all know the answer, really. I mean, there could be different variations of the answer, but the answer's still the same, and it's nothing good. That's pretty much what it can be summarized as. Yet, because of my faith, I wouldn't say I don't care, but like I'm not anxious about it. When you've lived a life of suffering, a life of poorness, a life of silence, really, you gain the ability to just stand back and take a look at the entire situation. It doesn't matter what situation it is. It could be politics, it could be social media, it could be gaming. It's it's a good ability to have, but it can often be detrimental if you don't keep it in check. The ability to just notice, just watch from the sidelines, right? It was only until recently that I started to take action on things. I know I'm being kind of vague here, right? And I'm kind of being vague here because a lot of this stuff it's kind of like just personal stuff, life advice, stuff like that. All I have to say, everyone is in the same boat right now. Like that's what I'm seeing regardless of political leaning. Politics is just so stupid, dude. I mean, I used to think one branch was different than the other. Now it's just psychos versus normal people. That's legitimately what it is, man. If you don't want to see the world go into World War III, then you're normal. And there are some people who do. It's blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers indeed. I'm not really a political person, but I am also I keep up on that stuff, right? Like I think it's important to face reality with an open mind, a nuanced mind, right? Like actually question things, don't just take anything at face value. I gotta say, man, like a few days ago, I kind of was just sitting here and thinking to myself, like, it is so difficult to do anything right now. I mean, literally just anything. The one thing I've found that's not difficult is just taking better care of yourself. Me personally, this is something I've kind of struggled with because I've always referred to myself as my own harshest critic, right? And that's still certainly true. No amount of hatred anyone's ever given me has matched the amount I can sum up against myself. But this isn't the point of the video. I don't need like some pity party. Jobs are impossible to obtain, assuming you can even get an interview. Most listings are fake to make the general public believe that everything's fine, the economy hasn't completely failed, money is still exchanging hands with the middle class, the poor man, right? That's not true. It's not. Everyone sees it, everyone knows it. Someone in my family very close to me who has been working for basically ever since I was born, really. At the same place, never missed a day, would take vacation very rarely with notice. Recently, came to the conclusion that he needed a raise, right? And keep in mind, this particular guy has been employee of the month, even manager of the month. I mean, he went from being a grunt employee to actually running the show, right? And he recently informed me, he told me that after all of that work, after all the blood, sweat, and tears, after all of the effort put into it, not only did he not get that raise after all those years working there, after never missing a day, after very rarely using any vacation days, after all that hard work, not only did he not get a raise, but they also informed him that he had unknowingly been training his replacement. And when I when I heard that, it's just like in today's market, hearing that, you may as well tell someone you're killing them. I mean, that's really what it is. Like, hey man, you've been digging your own grave here for the past year or so, and pretty quickly, coming up soon, you're gonna kick the bucket, whether you like it or not. That's really what he was told. That got me thinking. This whole situation got me thinking. I have no money. I had a job at one point, got laid off. Don't have a car. Don't have a license because I can't afford one. By the way, you need $110 US dollars to get a license. You need 10 bucks for a permit. You need $75 for a road test. And then, assuming you pass your road test, you need $25 to actually get a printed license. What kind of society are we living in, dude? Like, I don't get it, man. Seeing all of this tremendous greed, seeing all of this just disdain for any kind of compassion or just sharing of anything. It's suffering. It makes it very easy to escape it, to avoid the reality of the situation, to run and hide, to never talk about it, to instead cover it with a blanket, to wrap it up in a ball and throw it in the like the dirty laundry, and just forget about it. My break from Dead by Daylight, it wasn't just Dead by Daylight. It was a lot of different things. I've recently, this past year or so, I've been trying very hard to break barriers, to go outside and actually do something, to sit in the sun a little bit, stay off my phone a little less, to actually think more, question things, read my Bible more. You know, I've been wanting to go to church for a while, but I haven't quite got there yet. It's still I'm a work in progress, really. And I've had people ask me on DMs, in face, family, friends, like how do you do it? How do you talk into a microphone? How do you connect with people? And the truth is I don't. I don't, right? I'm not connecting with people. People are connecting with me. And in today's society, it's seen as corny or cringe to attend public gatherings with people you don't know, right? It's seen as cringe to actively insert yourself into situations where you don't feel comfortable. It's not a good thing to step outside of that comfort zone, to push yourself beyond the limits, and to actively challenge yourself. That's seen as cringe. And to a certain extent, it is. Life is cringe. It just is, man. Talking to girls is cringe, you know. Asking a girl out on a date, that's cringe. Hanging out with family, that's cringe. Even something like going to the movie theaters, that can be cringe. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't try it, right? All of this culminates. All of this. It seems like I'm ranting here, but I'm not, I assure you. I'm getting to a centralized point. All of this culminates into the idea of, if I don't have money, if I don't have a significant other, if I don't have a car, if all of this seems unobtainable, then why am I living? How am I living? And this is a question I had. It's a question I've had many times, right? It's a question that you, the viewer, have almost certainly. I mean, if you're still watching at this point, you've almost certainly had this question yourself. And again, I don't mean to sound preachy, but I'm not gonna lie. You guys know me. It's not in my nature to lie. Do I do it sometimes? Absolutely. I'm not perfect. But for me, the answer to that, I look at my faith. It is a sin to waste your life, to live it in vain, to basically do nothing with it, right? Because of that, because I knew this, I began to question, am I living my life in vain? Despite not having money, despite not having many friends, despite just kind of living in my own filth. Am I living life in vain? And boom, like a light bulb turning on in my head. I remembered the way that God lived. He was homeless, he was poor, and he wandered around. He would do odd jobs for people for a little bit of money, just enough to get by. And I got thinking, in my faith, this guy, Jesus, this guy, God in the flesh, lived his life in this way. A way that I am literally one bad day away from. It made me realize that there is so much more to life than what society has put on us. Your success in life is not dependent on a job. It's not dependent on what other people think of you, because people are going to hate you regardless of what you think. And that's ultimately why I've been so much more open about my faith, because like it or not, people are going to hate me regardless. I could be atheist, I could be agnostic, I could be Buddhist, Islam, whatever. People are going to hate you. And once you realize that, you understand there's really no point in hiding anything, really. I actually approached one of my brothers about this, asking what he thought. My brother, he's not really, not nearly as on fire, I suppose I would say, but he told me something I will never forget. He said, history shows, and every major scholar has alluded to, the proper way to live your life is to enjoy it. And he expanded, saying, enjoyment doesn't mean just feelings, right? It doesn't mean just having a good time. It means to love the way you live, to love others as you love yourself. And it's just crazy, because this is literally something that comes from the very book I try to read often. I fall short of that, but again, being honest here. And when he said that, it just, it's such a simple truth. It really is. But it's overshadowed by all of society. And I think we are in a current climate where people are going to have to come to terms with the fact that the American dream just doesn't exist anymore. It's just not possible to obtain unless you literally won $1 billion in your local lottery. You're not getting anything that you could want, really, not even in the slightest. So people ask, what's the meaning of life if I don't succeed? What's the meaning of life if I can't maintain a certain status or meet a particular quota? The meaning of life is to live it, to experience it, to go outside, take it in, look around, breathe the air, make new friends, find someone to love for the rest of your life if that's what you want. You don't have to. Read books, play video games, you know? Just enjoy life to the fullest, but be careful because there are those who will try to drag you down with them. Thanks for tuning in. God bless. Peace.